I think I found the worst golf clubs ever. We've made it back home to the stew, and today's review is not like anything we've ever seen. This is really unfortunate. The components of this golf club are some of the best and industry leading. We've got a beautiful KBS Tour Shaft 65 gram senior flex on a lot of different club heads. This is perfect to keep the right people in the game of golf as their swing speeds dialed back a bit. But what? You're putting that on a blade. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not a confusion for you all, by the way. That is a TaylorMade P7MB. That is a blade on a 65 light shaft. Let's hit a couple of balls and we'll go over what the hell is going on here. If I'm being honest with the blade set, with the fact that I don't hit the ball very far in the first place, I'd be blown away if this thing goes 110 yards, if I'm being honest. Okay. 105. Goes about as long as my gap wedge. It just feels like a toy club. Like it feels like I'm using a child's golf club. You know, like it's super lightweight. It's so flexible. All that being said, the head is so great on this golf club. I understand where they were trying to go with this. Like, it's for that guy with the massive ego that just wants to play blades. They like the feel because it's not bullcrap, you know? Like, I play ZX5s. I play T150s, you know? These feel much better. There's something about the feel. It's irrefutable. The problem is there's something that golf players just can no longer do at some point in their career, whether that's skill-wise or things start to deteriorate club speed-wise. Like, things happen. And you got a little bit like kind of move on. Like it's a sad reality of life. I'm assuming the person that had this just could no longer, you know, maybe use regular flex or whatever the case may be. Swing speed gets dialed back a bit, but that's the point. You should utilize the clubs that it works almost exponentially to make you a better player. This club feels unbelievable, by the way. The club head is unbelievable, but clearly it wasn't made to be used with this shaft. And that's kind of what I want to get at today. It is so important that you go out and get fit. And if you can't afford to get fit, which is fair, you don't have that extra money to throw around, I feel like you can watch some videos and I'm sure there's some kind of AI software out there. There's a bunch of like simple rules of thumbs that you could use that aren't the end all be all. Use things that make sense together. A 65 senior flex with a blade head. That is unbelievably difficult to hit, but it feels great, by the way. It's not a match made in heaven. Let's hit a couple with the the 7-iron and the 5-iron, as I think the difficulty of hitting these damn clubs will be a little more highlighted. As we mentioned, it is pivotal. It is pivotal that you get fit for clubs that make sense for you. Find me the club fitter on planet Earth that would suggest 65 gram senior weighted shafts on a blade 7-iron. Find me that guy. And if you find me somebody that's ever gave this as a good idea, ask them to quit because it just doesn't make sense. I'm not even a club fitter and I can realize that. It just doesn't make sense. Doing something like this is the equivalent of putting two positive magnets together and forcing them to stick with duct tape. It literally just doesn't make sense. It doesn't work like that. Closing things out with the 5-iron, I would be surprised if I could even get this thing off the ground. I think the moral of the story is pretty simple. I've spoken to a lot of professionals in the field, people that I highly respect, and almost everyone agrees to the same thing. Getting fit, first and foremost, is the most important thing you can do to your game to easily shave off strokes. I am not a fitter. I don't have a promo code. I don't make any money for telling you that. What I can assure you is playing a 65 senior stiff shaft on P7MB blades are not, in fact, the match made in heaven. They're probably the polar opposite of that. This is an unbelievable iron head. Beautiful. The great shots feel unbelievable. This is a wonderful iron shaft that works great. KBS makes some of the best products in the game, but together, it's like drinking orange juice right after brushing your teeth. It just doesn't make sense. That's all I got for you folks today. If you guys enjoy these type of videos, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you haven't done so already, I beg of you, comment down below the most ridiculous golf setup you've ever seen at your local Roger Dunn or your local golf shop. I am very excited to see the builds that you have, and maybe someday I can make that build and do that myself. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Kieran. See you guys on the next one. Peace!